interview that happened recently with Don Lemon and Elon Musk. And apparently, Don, just a few minutes before we went live podcast, he had some... he feels like Elon Musk disrespected him. And folks, please be gentle with the reaction to this. Go ahead, Rob.
Look at the modern
People have been asking me what I meant by when I said he did not like answering questions or being held to account from people like me. And so some people took it to mean a racial thing. I meant someone who has a different worldview. But since people raised it and you said what you said, do you think that he was uncomfortable? I didn't want to go there.
Oh, yes, you did.
Do you think he was uncomfortable sitting in front of a gay black guy?
Oh, God, like...
It's so pathetic.
Oh.
Probably more gay than black, I would think.
What?
I hate to say
What?
that, but I don't know.
He's more gay than black. So she's saying that he's white?
Saying Don Lemon is more gay than black.
I mean, that
Elon was more
comfortable with the gay than the black.
Because I thought that was offensive.
I thought, like...
Wait, this is the lady...
Don, you're more gay than black.
Hang on. By the way...
Don, you're black? Don, wait. Gay is not... You're black?
By the way, this is Kara Swisher, who a week ago was on national TV saying that the San Francisco thing was overblown for ratings. This is her. And people are saying, overblown for ratings, this is a poop map. This is the number of arrests for people that are using needles in front of my house. This is the same reporter that did that. By the way, she's on this book tour right now.
By the way, and that's the go-to to the left. If nobody's paying attention and nobody's listening, it must be because I'm black or I'm gay. Like it's the same playbook.
It's just so damn pathetic. And as an interviewer, to lay back on that after, he got owned in his own interview because he owned himself. If we dissected it on my show, Elon. And having met him a couple times, this guy has incredible, generous spirit. He sits there. You can see him thinking everything through, not giving canned answers. He's doing everything that you would want to do when you're sitting down with a great person, right? And Don is actually reversing all of his old positions. Did you ever see, there's a couple pieces from Lemon about 10 years ago where he talks about how the black community should actually maybe have two parents.
Pick up their pants, get it together.
All of this stuff. And now he's reversing it in real time because he feels that, he's not part of the system anymore. And the fact that the guy... He didn't get fired. He keeps claiming that he got fired by Elon. He demanded, I'm sure you guys covered it, $5 million, a $5 million advance, a Cybertruck, and equity in the company. But there was no deal. He didn't get fired. Elon didn't give him a piece of paper and say, he was just on the platform like we're all on the platform. So, and then he goes on CNN, the network that fired him, to claim that Elon fired. It's this need to be the victim. It is just so sad.
Can I ask you a question about Don specifically? As someone that is an interviewer, as a host, has had very uncomfortable conversations with a wide array of people. What do you think his actual agenda was? Like a lot of it was gotcha questions. He's sitting there with Elon Musk. I would be thinking, hey, if this is going to be my new quote unquote boss who's about to pay me $5 million, I might not push the limit. Do you think there was a further agenda? People basically saying do something? What's your thought?
The agenda is he wants back in the game. He's been handed his hat. He's out of the game. He got fired by CNN for being a hack, which has nothing to do with him being black nor gay. Actually, you could argue that has clearly helped his career because he has no discernible talent. So, and he's not a particularly good interviewer, right? So like you were helped by those things. So, but putting that aside, he clearly was, this is my shot. You know what it's like. Like you're sitting down with someone big. You feel that the machine that you want to, or the game that you want to play in, you're going to get some cred if you take him out. And Elon was just, the thing that's great about him is you can see him thinking it through when he's answering the questions. There is no canned answer there. And that is a beautiful thing. So when Don is doing this bullshit that he doesn't even believe, he's basically telling Elon, censor more. And Elon's answer, you love censorship so much you can taste it. And it's like, that is right. So Lemon is he's basically trying to bow at the altar of a machine that has no use for him anymore. So then at the end, well, I'm gay and black, so please watch my show.
You see a really important thing. For the machine, I felt when I stepped back and looked at it, and I saw Elon's comment says, I think Jeff Zucker wrote those questions for you. Elon tweeted that. I think you're right. I think he's been outside, wants to get back inside, and from inside the echo chamber, the bubble of his own liberal thought, and those that he salutes, this was an audition to get back into the machine.
Well, because you guys know this, in that you've all built this, which is pretty freaking amazing, and I built my show. No one is going to subscribe to Don Lemon, right? There is no fan of Don Lemon. I'll give you $5 a month, Don Lemon, to be a gay black interviewer. Nobody's going to do that. He's not going to generate enough clicks unless he does this. So if he's not in the machine, well, then he's independent. But you can only be independent if you're good and people care about you. So he's grasping at a bunch of stuff. He's got he's probably enjoying this right now, right? Because everybody's talking about it for a couple of days, but it doesn't work in terms of building a business.
No, because what it also does is, it lacks a genuine approach of wanting to have somebody on a show, and the way he's interviewing him is on 3x5 cards that somebody probably wrote and gave him, and that's it. Like when I do a town hall, we'll have a list of questions that we'll come up with, and we'll have it on 3x5 cards that we go through. Podcast, we're just having a conversation. Maybe we'll bring up a story and we'll get into it, right? Or even an interview where it's a one-on-one interview. You're just kind of going and talking to the person based on an outline of 5 or 6 or 7 issues that you want to go through, and then you process it, right? The transition from that space into podcasting, this was more of a CNN-style interview. And I don't know if if sometimes when you're going from, you realize, I know what I'm doing, I'm going from this to this to this, they're kind of like, I don't need anyone's advice, I know what I'm doing. It's a very big transition into this game. It's a different game. By the way, again, Shannon Sharpe was able to pull it off because Shannon Sharpe was able to do a great interview just talking to the people, and it takes off. It's not for everybody. We'll see how he does. I actually enjoyed the interview with him and Musk. I watched the whole thing, and I enjoyed it because I enjoyed the way Musk handled him trying to corner him, and it didn't happen. Next story.
I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party.
Tulsi Gabbard says she is no longer a Democrat. A potential Tulsi Gabbard VP.
Where we are being told that we just have to comply and go along with whatever they say. American people are smarter than this. However, we must remain vigilant to recognize their propaganda for what it is, pure lie. Unfortunately, we live in a time where free speech is under attack. Whatever they say goes, and we have to just follow. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology. Taking on Kamala Harris on a debate stage before, I would look forward to doing that again.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.